Hi, I'm Dr. Damon Miller. I am the Organic MD. We're going to be doing a smoothie today. We're going to do a green smoothie. A green smoothie obviously uses a lot of vegetables. It's a great way if you're the kind of person that says, oh, I couldn't eat that 11 servings of vegetables that I'm supposed to be eating. This will combine with this one meal that we're making today. This will be almost 7 servings of vegetables in one smoothie. We're going to be doing kind of a double recipe here because there are many mouths to feed in our studio. The recipe for what we're doing today is all available online at www.organicmd.com, and we welcome you to come there and see this recipe and some of the other things that are online there. We're just using Mom's old blender here. I think it's really important to realize that this kind of thing that we're doing does not really require high-tech equipment, and so this is just standard blender. You can actually, if you're having trouble finding these, you can find these often at thrift shops or Goodwill. There are a number of ingredients we're going to put in our green smoothie today, and I wanted to go through them so you would see what each of the ingredients was and give you some sense of why they're here. The base, we're going to be using just an organic vegetable broth. This is actually quite tasty. This is a low sodium broth, low fat, no fat, and it just makes a very tasty base for this. And we're also going to be adding oil, Gyrodophilis, and quite a number of vegetables. We're doing this in the middle of summer, so there was a very nice selection of organically grown, locally grown produce for us to put in our smoothie today. All of these vegetables are things that are familiar, and all of them we're going to use raw with the exception of the collard greens. These are locally grown organic collard greens. Collard greens are a tremendous source of enzymes, fiber, most importantly, calcium and other minerals. Collard greens, these are a cruciferous vegetable in the same family as broccoli and kale and things like that. You really need to cook these slightly, and so we have some cooking now that we'll come back to. You need to cook these slightly. It breaks down the fibers. It allows the nutrition that's in here to be absorbed. So don't be thinking that you have to eat everything raw. We're also going to be using, this is some fresh organic spinach. We're going to be using probably about half of one of these avocados. The avocados provide monounsaturated fats. Monounsaturated fats help lower your LDL, raise your HDL. They're anti-inflammatory. And this also adds nice texture, flavor to the smoothie. It makes it something that you'd actually want to eat. These are some snap peas. The snap peas are, you can eat the pod and the pea and everything. They're very sweet. They add a little bit of sweetness. Parsley, we're going to be adding. This is Italian parsley that's organic. Parsley is a great source also of vitamins, minerals, enzymes, and all of these greens add a lot of texture. And the zucchini, I grew this zucchini, so I want you to know I'm very proud of it. Zucchini just adds texture, fiber, bulk, also a good source of vitamins. We're going to use this with the skin. These are alfalfa sprouts. Alfalfa sprouts, things that are sprouting are a tremendous source of enzymes. All of the things that are going on to try and make this little tiny seed grow into a plant include many things that are manufactured with the combination of sunlight and oxygen. So these are growing, these are living, they're full of enzymes, full of nutrients, full of minerals, and sprouts are just a really excellent food. And so that's the last of the vegetables we're putting in here. I want to say a little bit about the probiotic. This is Gyrodophilis EPS. I like probiotics. I think everybody needs probiotics in their diet every day. I like this brand. It's widely available. The EPS is formulated in a way that it doesn't need to be refrigerated, so it's good for traveling and you don't have to worry about the potency of it. And this is a very potent brand anyhow, and very well tolerated by people. And if you have really particular sensitivities to some of the ingredients in here, there are others we can use. Those are just a bit more expensive. But this is a gelatin capsule, and so we can just drop it into the blender. It'll just disappear. Rather than having to take handfuls of pills every day, you can include a lot of these things and a couple other things we're going to add as just a part of a smoothie like this. We're going to be adding some flax oil. Oil is a very useful thing in smoothies. It gives it staying power. It allows you to go through from lunch to dinner if you made this as a lunch thing without needing a snack. The flax oil is also an excellent source of omega-3 fatty acids. It's about 75% omega-3. The other 25% is omega-6. We all need more omega-3 in our diet. And the flax oil, by adding it to a food like this, gives you those omega-3s, those anti-inflammatory oils, and gives it to you as food rather than having to down another handful of pills each day. Just a few more things here. This is some flax meal. Flax meal, an additional source of some omega-3 oils, an excellent source of fiber. It also gives some nice texture. We're going to be adding some protein to this in the form of hemp seed. Hemp seed is one of the few vegetable sources of protein that's complete, meaning it has all of the essential amino acids. These are organic, whole, raw hemp seeds, and they come from Canada, and they're just a tasty and excellent addition. And I don't like the other protein powders. I'm not fond of whey, so no whey is going to go into this. Whey is from dairy, it's from milk, and a lot of people I work with don't do so well with milk. And so I'm really, really fond of the hemp protein. And finally, this is just some carbonates of minerals. These are also from vegetable sources, and this is going to spike our smoothie with a little extra mineral content. We've mentioned the flax seed. We keep this in the freezer. This is already ground. The flax seed goes stale quite quickly after it's ground and after you open this bag, so we keep that in the freezer. These are the minerals we talked about. Mesotrace is the brand. We're going to be adding a couple of these. These are Stem Enhance. It's an algae extract. It increases the circulating levels of stem cells. It's a product I take myself and I recommend to many people. Again, I add this as much because this is one of the supplements I take. I'm just going to drop this into the smoothie. These are vegetable gelatin capsules. They'll just disappear. A little filtered water in case we need some more water. And the final thing, this is agave syrup. Agave syrup can be used to sweeten. It's very optional. Agave does not cause insulin resistance. It doesn't shoot your blood sugar through the roof. And so if you're someone who says, well, I like the idea of this, but it's just going to taste too much like vegetables and you need to flavor it a little, this would be something you could add at the very end after you taste it if you needed to. Let's get started. We're going to start here using organic vegetable broth as a base. We're just going to add about a cup of this. And we're going to just take things off as we come. I'm going to go ahead and add the oil now, just some of the liquids. So I'm going to add that's 1, 2, 3 tablespoons of oil. You can measure this out. I do this every day, so I've got what it has. These are some of the pills that we have. This is Stem Enhance. The green ones are Stem Enhance. The white ones are the Gyrodophilis, the probiotic. These are vegetable gelatin capsules, and so these will just disappear when the blender. We'll just grind them up. We're going to be adding parsley. Let's do this here. And we're going to do about a half a cup of some of these things. A half cup serving, we have our little half cup here. A half cup serving is what a serving is. And so if we just kind of pack this full, that would be serving of that. We're going to add about a half cup of spinach here for this. We're going to add just a little bit of our zucchini. And this doesn't need to be cut up too small. The blender will take care of this. And that's about a half cup of that. And I won't add all of these peas, but just a few. And we can kind of see if these don't have too many strings. So these are, and I'm doing this here just so you get a sense that this doesn't take very long to put together. So we're just going to, I love that sound. Just going to eat one of these. And again, these are packed, just about a half cup of those. We're going to be adding some protein here. I've already measured this out. This is 6 tablespoons of protein. And 6 tablespoons for the two of us that are going to be eating this is, it's about 15 grams a piece. Just add a little bit of flax meal here. These are the carbonates, minerals. Just a rounded teaspoon of that. We're just going to use just half of one of these avocados. And if you just leave the seed in this one, when you wrap it up, it won't turn brown. We can leave that over here. Let's have a look at it. It's kind of pretty, isn't it? Avocado. And the easiest way to do this is just to kind of scoop the insides out with a spoon. So, and then we cooked, we're not going to cook these, but these are the collards that we cooked, and we're going to put about a half cup of these in as well. And we're going to, the juice that we cooked it with, we're going to pour that in here too, just so we don't lose any of the goodies with this. And I think that's about it. We've added a little bit of everything here, the pills. The agave syrup, this is something that is completely optional, but if you really don't like the taste of vegetables, you can sweeten it up a little bit. It makes it a little more palatable. This is something you could add at the very end. We'll kind of taste it. A little filtered water here just to make all of this really something that we can really blend. And let's try this. We'll do this for about a minute. Should be about enough. You can just watch when you see that the particles, the little particles are small enough, then you know you're getting close to being done. The noise is a little intense. I'm sorry for that. But okay. And have a couple of glasses here. Actually, I will take a little taste of this though first, just to see if we need any sweetener. That's pretty good, but I'm just going to add a little bit of agave syrup to this, just for some sweetness. Bottle. So we'll just add a little bit of that. It's pretty sweet. And we'll just blend that up. And asante. That is a pretty good meal right there. So this is Damon Miller, Dr. Damon Miller, the Organic MD. The recipe for this is at www.organicmd.com. And we welcome your comments and suggestions for other things you'd like to see us be doing here in the kitchen of the Organic MD. So until next time, this is Dr. Damon Miller. Thank you.